Perfect. Okay, audio's in. Audio's good. Holy moly. Good morning. Welcome, guys. Welcome back. Appreciate you stopping by. We're going to go over first a little bit of this press conference that was happening. I don't know if it's still live. My God.
Good morning, Mel and chat.
Good morning. Let me get myself situated here. I'm a mess. Not zoomed. Okay. What in the heezy's going on here, bro? Okay. Let's listen into a little bit of this, and let me fix this too. Hold on. Oh, here he is, Frey. Just want to hear what Frey had to say. I know
a domestic terrorist. What? That word is intended.
There it is.
In Minneapolis, when a tragedy strikes, there's one word that summarizes what is most important, and that word is integrity. This is not the time to bend the rules. This is a time to follow the law. This is not a time to hide from the facts. This is a time to embrace them, making sure that we're pushing for transparency every step of the way. The fact that Pam Bondi's Department of Justice and this presidential administration has already come to a conclusion about those facts.
I think there's something wrong with this. Maybe I should just restart this video player. I'm just trying to hear what the hell this motherfucker had to say.
There's one word that summarizes what is most important, and that word is integrity. This is not the time to bend the rules. This is a time to follow the law. This is not a time to hide from the facts. This is a time to embrace them, making sure that we're pushing for transparency every step of the way. The fact that Pam Bondi's Department of Justice and this presidential administration has already come to a conclusion about those facts is deeply concerning. The facts that...
How can this guy talk? That's literally what these people did. Came to a conclusion before any kind of facts. What the hell?
From the very beginning, they're calling the victim a domestic terrorist. They're calling the actions of the agent involved as some form of defensive posture. We know that they've already determined much of the investigation, and even if they haven't, there is the appearance that there is some conclusion drawn from the very beginning. If not hide from the facts, why not embrace them? If it's not a problem to have additional people at the table that have a deep commitment to the process and transparency and have run these investigations before, then why not include them in the process? The Bureau of Criminal Apprehension at the state of Minnesota has consistently run these investigations before. They have done so without bias. They have done so with a great deal of expertise. This is not some radical, way out there group. This is a group that is formed by experts who understand how to investigate. Many of them have been police officers themselves. So our ask is really simple here. Our ask is to embrace the truth. Our ask is to include the Bureau of Criminal Apprehension in this process because we in Minneapolis want a fair investigation. Is it deeply concerning that this administration from the very get-go is drawing the conclusion that they may ultimately come to? Of course it is. And if you got nothing to hide from, then don't hide from it. Include local experts in the process.
Local experts?
We got nothing to hide from here. Why
would I include local experts? Well, the hired experts you guys are going to put on there? The crooked jury you guys are probably going to get? Hell no. What are you talking about, local experts?
Want in Minneapolis is justice.
You guys know how those experts work during a trial? The hell? Depending on which side you buy them and pay for. They're paid and hired.
And the truth. And speaking of the truth, let me give you another one. I have heard countless people talk about Minneapolis, many of them who have never been here, as some form of post-apocalyptic hellscape, as a place that is dangerous. Well, let me give you a statistic. 50% of the shootings that have happened thus far in Minneapolis this year have been ICE. In other words, we've only had 2 shootings. One of them...
Well, I mean, I guess maybe it's just, the year just started. I mean, I guess when you say it like that, it sounds hot, I guess.
Has been ICE. We are a safe city. ICE is making it less so. We are a city of unity, but ICE is trying to divide us and tear us apart. For every one of the people that you see standing here behind me, they have more than 1,000 people behind them. They have people that are committed to their neighbors, committed to integrity, committed to justice, and committed to getting the truth. We will not back down from it. That's right. Among those that won't back down from it is the person who I'm about to introduce. His ward is right on the borderline of where this particular shooting happened, and that is Councilmember Jason Chavez. Would you please give him a warm round of applause?
Chavez.
Good morning. My name is Jason Chavez, and I have the privilege of representing Ward 9 on the Minneapolis City Council.
Oh, this is the guy we saw, was that yesterday or the day before when the shooting happened?
So where ICE murdered Renee Good. I want to let you all know that our entire community is mourning because of the inhumane tactics of ICE separating our families, forcing people back into the shadows, and the pure brutality by Immigration's Customs Enforcement. The videos that we have all seen, yourself included, does not match the false narrative from the federal government. In fact, you could hear the words, "I am pulling out," moments before ICE decided to take the life of Renee Good. She was a mother, a wife, and a beloved community member, not a domestic terrorist. I'm calling on Trump's FBI to allow the Minnesota BCA to have access to all the information so an independent investigation can occur. It is important and critical to our community to have a sense of trust in this process by having an independent investigation to present to the county attorney so that adequate charges can be made. But most importantly, I am here on behalf of my entire community, echoing the calls to arrest, to prosecute and fire this ICE agent who murdered Renee Good, and to hold those accountable complicit in this crime. What has descended upon Minneapolis and in this state is not the American dream. It is not what the American dream is about. Our immigrant neighbors are here to work. They're here to provide for their family and to achieve prosperity. Instead, what we are seeing in Minneapolis and across this state is ICE kidnapping our family, following folks driving to work and kidnapping them, following people as they're heading to school or to the daycare, picking up our immigrant neighbors from bus stops. While neighbors are struggling to afford groceries, they're picking them there as well. I've personally been on the streets since this first happened, and I've seen too many ICE agents kidnap our neighbors from their cars. And to that, we're always going to condemn it. And as we continue to ask for justice for Renee Good, we're going to ask our community members to stay on alert. As a proud son of Mexican immigrants, I ask Minneapolis and Minnesota to rise up, to do everything in their power to defend our immigrant neighbors, to continue to observe the illegal actions by ICE, to blow your whistle when you see immigration enforcement in your neighborhood, to get trained on rapid response so you can educate your neighbors on what is happening on your block, to provide rides to your immigrant neighbors who need to go to work, who need to get groceries, who need to see their children come back home safely, to help your immigrant neighbors move their cars during snow emergencies, because what we are seeing is many of our immigrant neighbors being picked up simply by moving their cars. to help your neighbors take out the trash, because there are many reports of neighbors being kidnapped while they are taking their trash out. To support our immigrant-owned businesses, to drop off groceries to our children, mothers, fathers, our community members that are starving, and to let know that ICE is not welcome in this city and in this state. And lastly, we're here to demand justice for Renee Good.
So they're, excuse me, they're about to start this kid thing soon. I mean, not kid thing, parent thing. The parents are going to speak out there in Minneapolis. I want to pause for a second just to talk about the shooting from yesterday in Portland, where there was a big uproar about the two people that were shot. So the pictures have been released. This was posted an hour ago today, and you can see here two suspected Tren de Aragua gang associates let loose on American streets by Joe Biden weaponized their vehicle against Border Patrol in Portland. The agent took immediate action to defend himself. The driver of the vehicle, Luis David Nico Malcara Mokuka Lalala, is a criminal illegal alien from Venezuela and suspected Tren de Aragua gang member. He illegally entered the U.S. in 2022 and was released into the country backed by Biden. Since then, he was arrested for DUI and unauthorized use of vehicle. He has a final order of removal. The passenger, Yorlines Bethbeda Zambarino Contreras Miguel Jose, is a criminal illegal alien from Venezuela and associated with Tren de Aragua. She illegally entered the U.S. in 2023 near El Paso, Texas, and was released into the country by Biden administration. She illegally entered Contreras, played an active role in the Tren de Aragua prostitution ring, and was involved with a prior shooting in Portland. These are the people that the people of Portland are protesting and crying over and saying this is a travesty. Not only that, there's an interesting post. I think I saw this earlier this morning. I was kind of collecting stuff. Let me bookmark this. Thank you, Bethany, for that. So apparently there's like some leaked 911 log from Portland shooting, reportedly links victim's phone number to escort site. Wild if true. So apparently they're saying the phone number, I don't know if she gave a phone number, provided a phone number. Somebody here said, Honey Badger, this type of leak dispatch doesn't come from 911 dispatch, but from ambulance, firefighters, or police. Most likely an ambulance medic leaked it. So they're saying, I guess her phone number links to somebody on an escort site. And it looks like her. It looks just like this lady we saw here. Let me show you guys. Let me download the picture, actually. That's her! This is that lady right there. Look at that. Same eyebrows. I might have to download the picture, zoom it in more. I guess her hair's up over here, or she's wearing extensions or whatever it is, the ladies do. So, I don't know if she's a sex trafficking victim or she's just in it as well, a part of the gang and stuff. I don't know if she was forced. But these are the people that these people are crying about and protesting and doing all this stuff in press conferences yesterday. And the whole world has come to its knees, hands and knees, and stopped. This is the travesty. It's crazy.
And so as a group of elected representatives who are deeply invested in the safety of our community.
Oh, she?
And thus, in the
never know.
legitimacy of these processes, we call on the FBI to share the evidence with the Force Investigations Unit at the BCA and have this be a legitimate and trusted investigation. Thank you.
They're starting to protest. Let's take a look. They started a little bit late today, I guess. Kind of slim. Let's see. Hey, they're still sleeping in from yesterday.
Why are you all hiding behind a fence, you fucking cowards?
I do appreciate the tips and stuff because I'm new to this.
Smile, Nazis.
So they're starting. Doesn't look like that big of a crowd yet, but they're starting to get gathering up out there in Minneapolis outside of the facility, the federal building. Let me see if this parent thing started yet. Where's that at? Oh, here it is.
The one that I want to name is that as a mama, I am angry. I am scared. And I am devastated about what we are doing to our babies. And right now, places where they should not only be safe, but be cared for and nurtured to learn and grow are being made unsafe.
I want to check my audio real quick.
This week, we have witnessed state violence escalating. It is not abstract. It is not theoretical. It is not something anyone can pretend to ignore. It is deadly and it is everywhere on our streets. An ICE officer shot and killed Renee Good, a mother, a wife, a neighbor who was standing up for her community. That violent act did not happen in a vacuum. It happened in a political moment where ICE has been emboldened, protected by Trump, by other powerful officials, shielded from accountability, and unleashed on our communities with impunity. Let us be clear. ICE is not here to keep us safe. They are here to wreak havoc and cause harm. ICE tears our families apart. ICE terrorizes our neighborhoods. ICE targets our Black and brown neighbors. And now, ICE is responsible for the killing of a mother in Minnesota who only wished for her community to live in peace. Kristi Noem's ICE is operating legally, with no constraints, violating human rights, our neighbors, and acting as though they are above the law. This is what fascism looks like in practice. When armed agents of the state are allowed to harm and kill with no consequences. We are demanding accountability for the officer, Jonathan Ross, who killed Renee Good. And we are demanding that every elected official and decision maker use the full extent of their power to get ICE out of Minnesota. We want them out of our neighborhoods, out of our schools, and out of our state. This is about the safety of our communities, our loved ones, and this is about whether our government serves the people or continues to function as a weapon against us. I'll now hand it over to Natasha Doctor, Vice President of the Teacher Chapter of Minneapolis Federation of Educators, to speak to the impacts of the presence of ICE on our school community.
I guess the kids are out of school again today.
Be very loud. Be very loud. Good morning, all. My name is Natasha Doctor, and I am a Minneapolis resident and Minneapolis Public Schools social studies teacher. Currently, I serve as the first vice president of the Teacher Chapter of the Minneapolis Federation of Educators. I'm here today because as a leader in our educator union, I have the profound responsibility to support our members in ensuring our schools are safe and stable places where all of our students can exercise their constitutional right to a public education. On Wednesday, educators at Roosevelt saw the safe and stable environment our schools provide violated by federal immigration enforcement agents. Just hours after the horrific murder of our neighbor, Renee Good, at the hands of the state, something we have experienced before on the South Side with George Floyd, a reckless group of CPD agents, which included Greg Bavino, were in the process of detaining an observer. In that process, agents came onto Roosevelt High School grounds during the school's dismissal process. While on school property, they deployed chemical irritants and detained an educator and MFE member who was doing their job at dismissal.
Yep.
Let me be very, very clear. Immigration enforcement should never, under any circumstances, be on school grounds. As we saw on Wednesday, they do the exact opposite of making schools safe. And while Wednesday's event at Roosevelt was horrific and traumatic for our members, students and community, it unfortunately was not surprising. And it's not even the main story here in Minneapolis. The main story is about the violence against our immigrant neighbors and the fear and collateral damage it is causing across our communities. The perpetrator of that violence is federal immigration enforcement. What we saw in Minneapolis on Wednesday is an escalation of an existing threat, not a wholly new one. These tactics are standard use of force for DHS, the Border Patrol, and in communities across Minneapolis, in Chicago, LA, and across our country. The escalation of violence and threats that these agencies are causing here in our community led to school being canceled yesterday and today because the conditions in our city with these agents are unsafe. Our city's children are our most precious resource. And we will be the ones to keep them safe.
Just keep school closed indefinitely then.
As an union leader, I am begging every single person in Minneapolis to get a whistle. Wear it at all times and get plugged into the rapid response network in your neighborhood. Whether you live here on the South Side, over in Linden Hills, East Isles, or up over north, our community, you all, will be the ones to get us through this moment. We keep us safe, ICE out of our schools, ICE out of Minneapolis, ICE out of Minnesota.
Yeah. Well, today's Friday. I'm curious to see what's going to happen today with the protests. It's Felony Friday. Protests in different states and cities. Right now, you can see there on the side, they're outside of the federal building.
Happy Friday, y'all. Make sure you hit the like for Mel ! _peace.
Happy Friday, happy Friday. I have things to go through as well, to go over. So we'll start, at some point we'll go through it. I guess we'll let these ladies talk here.
Our neighbors cannot leave their homes. They can't go to work. They can't go to the school bus stops. They can't go to doctor's appointments.
Doctor's appointments?
Our neighbors, our immigrant neighbors, are afraid does not capture it.
You're illegal, I guess.
They cannot leave their homes or they'll be snatched away from their families. Many of these folks have papers to work and sometimes even citizenship. But the threat our immigrant neighbors are facing is real. And we saw the real impacts of out-of-control federal invasion on Wednesday when Renee, a mother of 3, was murdered by ICE. That day, ICE also picked up community members outside of 2 Minneapolis elementary schools during the time that kids were arriving to school.
They picked up who? In an elementary school? I don't believe it. What?
Also picked up community members outside of 2 Minneapolis.
Oh, outside of the school. For a second, when you're listening to it, they're trying to make it sound like they snatched up some elementary kids. I mean, I don't know if the people just happen to be walking by a school, I guess.
Elementary schools during the time that kids were arriving to school. That made unsafe situations for kids and for caregivers. Over the winter holiday, I helped one of my neighbors find snow pants for her son to wear outside. His only chance to be outside right now is recess because his family can't leave their home. But the way things are going since being back to school, he doesn't even get recess because our kids aren't safe to go outside during recess. Since Wednesday's events, parents across Minneapolis, and not just immigrant families, are afraid to send their kids to school and to go outside. This isn't right. Here in Minnesota, we are a people who take care of one another. That's right. I've been working with other families at my son's school to make sure that kids in our community can get to school safely and can get the food that they need. Since the beginning of December, we've organized rides for kids. This week we're up to 30 kids. We've organized more than 90 deliveries of food to our families' houses. We will not let our kids go hungry. We've organized countless patrols at school bus stops and at pickup and drop-off. And we've organized support for families who've had primary breadwinners picked up by ICE. I do this work because I believe in my community. I want a world where all of our children can be safe and can get the care that they deserve. Every day when I help build connections of support between people, I'm building the world that I believe in. My favorite part of my ride program is the comments I get from community members who are giving rides. But did you know these high school students? They're so sweet. Or the best part of my day is when I get to walk this kindergartner home. You can join us. Join a school patrol or a mutual aid network. It is through being connected and working together that we will get through this. And we will get through this. ICE out of Minneapolis. I'm going to pass it now to Kristen Crabtree. She's another Minneapolis public school parent deeply involved in community organizing in Minneapolis.
Good morning. My name is B by federal agents. Over this time, we have seen our neighbors abducted, countless neighbors taken from their homes, taken from their cars, taken from school drop-off, and from streets across the Twin Cities. This last Wednesday, we saw the impunity with which ICE agents are willing to point guns and use chemical irritants around children, around neighbors, around caregivers, and around educators. We have seen that federal agents are willing to shoot and kill caregivers in our community. During dismissal at our high school, ICE agents came racing around the corner, pulled up right in front of the building, and created a scene of chaos and terror. Children were still exiting the building to leave school for the day. Many educators, neighbors, and caregivers were present. Our children experienced repugnant behavior from federal agents with zero regard for their safety. Agents carrying weapons and video cameras tackled and abducted community members, including our teachers, on school grounds. Gun-toting federal agents had killed a woman just hours prior and came and created a chaotic, traumatic scene directly in front of the school, throwing chemical agents into a crowd and using physical violence against our children. United States federal agents created an assault upon our students and community on district property in front of the place meant to educate, nurture, inspire, and grow our future generations. This is not safety. This is indiscriminate violence intended to stoke fear and division. But here's the thing I know about Minneapolis. In this city, we love each other. In this city, we don't only know that justice is what love looks like out loud. In this city, we actively struggle to build towards that vision every day. And something I love the most about this city is that we know how to organize. Do not forget who we are. This is not our first time. And there are more of us than there are of them. Thousands of our neighbors have already come together to organize networks of care and protection because we know who keeps us safe.
Also, just be cautious online when looking into this story with Renee. There's a lot of pictures that are being circulated that actually aren't her. So, and people now are going back and fact checking some of the pictures and stuff like that.
Every day, I see our neighbors showing up for each other. And in this city, we love each other, and we know that love is an action.
Ooh.
Every day is an opportunity to wake up and choose us, and to actively stay in the struggle towards.
All right, let's check out something here. Cam Higby posted this video, and I have another video that I bookmarked to show as well. Let's see. This one here says, Karen interferes with ICE investigation.
Hey, back up.
I'm far enough away. I'm not influencing anything.
Do you live on this street?
I don't. No.
Okay, I need you to get in your.
No, I won't.
Ma'am, I need you to leave.
It's my right to be here.
You need to back up out of the
I
way.
will not.
This is one of our cars as well. You were too close right now. You were interfering.
I'm right here.
Federal
You're
investigation.
going to get out of my face.
You need
I'm
to
a
back
public
up over
citizen.
here.
No, I won't. Tell me
You
why
need to
I'm
back up
far
this
enough
way.
away from your
You need to
investigation.
back up this way.
Step beyond our cars.
Don't touch me, please.
Step beyond our
Don't.
cars.
Where's your cars?
Right here.
Where's
You
your
need to go
cars?
all the way
Oh,
this
that's great.
Keep going.
That's great. Sure. Beyond your cars? 20 feet, right?
See that white car?
I have a 6-year-old right here. I have a 6-year-old right here in my car.
Hey, you brought your kid? You brought your 6-year-old to this shit to a raid?
Sure did. Yes, child endangerment.
Get your child off of the scene. This is an active.
Yeah, what's wrong with you?
This is all on camera right now too. Right here.
Yes, I'm wonderful. I'm very glad for it.
Get your child out of here.
I can be right here. I'm happy right here.
Ma'am, listen to me. You have the right to videotape. Okay?
I do. Thank you, sir.
Listen to me right now.
I'm going to listen.
But we have someone that's being detained right here. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
You have a.
Tell me where you need me to go exactly.
I need you to stay. Do me a favor.
Yeah, a child on the other side. What's going on?
Yeah,
Other lady.
No car seat. Okay. Do me a favor. You can videotape.
Wait, what you say? Car seat?
Exactly.
I need you to stay. Do me a favor.
Yeah, I will.
No car seat. Okay. Do me a favor. You can videotape all you like, but you have to stay. You cannot.
You said, I think, in the front seat with no car seat?
Come past that driveway.
Perfect.
Okay.
I'll be right back. Thank you.
Thank you. Stay at your car though. Okay.
Thank
You're
you.
more than welcome to videotape.
Thank you, sir.
But do me a favor. By state law, we're policemen too. That child is supposed to be in the booster seat. He's not of age.
So I don't know how old her child is or the weight or height or whatever, but he said that she has her kid in the front seat. This kid's not even supposed to be in there.
So make sure you put him in a booster seat because I'd hate to give you a ticket.
You can give me a ticket.
Damn, look at that, nasty and defiant too. Instead of saying, thank you, I appreciate that, thank you for the verbal warning, this bitch is, nah, you gave me a ticket. You should have gave her ass a ticket because some people only learn the hard way. You should have given her ass a ticket. Give her ass a ticket. Some people only learn the hard way. Let me show another clip. It's just like domestic violence, and you're like, you're guilty, you're not going to call up. No, some people, you need to call the cops on their ass, have their ass arrested. Fuck that. Some people need that. There's a clip. Oh, here's another one. Check this shit out. I haven't watched this video, but I clipped it or bookmarked it because I wanted to watch it with you guys. It says, liberal woman begins to shake and hyperventilate as she begs federal agents not to arrest her from impeding ICE. Okay, let's see.
That Mustang's coming on you pretty fast. She just ran a red light.
What up with you?
Yeah, that's a fast little car. She's right behind you now. All right, just slow down. Let me do this.
Yeah, come down here, fly road.
Okay. Turn on the lights. 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 Hey, wait.
She's trying to leave.
Turn on the lights. You're impeding with the federal investigation. We have you on camera. We actually have news reporters with us in the vehicle. Your case will be referred over to Homeland Security investigation for prosecution. You will be arrested. This is your last and final warning. Hold on a second, guys.
Give me a warning. I have
Give me your license, please. I will once again tell you, you have cases in danger. Put your vehicle in park and shut it off, please. I'm just a mom. I understand.
I'm just a mom. Are these the wine and pill moms? During the stay-at-home wine and pill, pop pill moms snorting shit and then going out to do these raids and stuff?
But you are impeding. Look what you're at. You are almost causing an accident. You are surrounded by federal agents.
I understand.
Okay, I am the Deputy Field Office Director here, ma'am. Stand by. We're running the name. We're going to refer this case over for...
You're over here at work, working in the office and shit, slaving away. Hi, all right, honey, have a great day. Take care of the kids, look after the kids. Yeah, sure, honey, I'm homeschooling. And then they're over here doing ICE interception raids and shit and driving all over the place, bringing your kid into ICE raids too and active crime scenes and shit until you get home. Hi, honey, it was a good day. Right, imagine that.
I'm just a mom, please.
You got it?
Please, I'm just a mom, please. I'm just
Kylie?
a mom. Yes, please, I'm just
You
a
are
mom.
just... You turn around and get out of here.
I'm getting out of here,
Here you go. Slow down.
Yes.
Hey,
I'm getting out.
guys, I got it. I got it. Got it.
I didn't know that was a thing with the moms. I had a friend that told me about it.
Kylie, look at me.
There's some moms, like, they have these groups and stuff, the stay-at-home moms. They're just like, they're bored. They're just drinking wine, popping pills.
I need you right now. Take a deep breath. I want you to pull over right here and go home, okay? Take a deep breath.
Can I just, I'm shaking.
You may leave. Please turn around. I'm going to stop traffic for you. Go.
I think in this instance, he let her go. I had another video too. Oh, the press conference is over. Okay. Let's listen in a little bit to what's going on here at the facility. And I'm going to find the other video that I had.
Okay, well, gotta find that person.
Are you,
Neighborhood Network. Okay, that's the one. Yeah.
I know I probably sound like a walking through the mountains. Okay, hang on.
Some Homeland Security. Maybe I should follow the page. Do I follow the page? To get the updates. Homeland Security posted again about the Portland shooting. The two criminal illegal aliens who attacked. Oh, they're both illegal aliens too. I guess I read that previously, but I didn't absorb it. So the two criminal illegal aliens who attacked Border Patrol in Portland are gang member, and his prostitute is not innocent. Married. Oh, I remember that too yesterday in the news and mainstream media. Oh, it's just a married couple. It's a married couple. They shot a married couple. Can you believe it? That's all. Married couple. Oh my God. Oh, how could they be married? But they married. I'm just a mom. I'm only human. Remember all that shit yesterday with the married couple. The driver of the vehicle, Luis David Nico Moncada, is a criminal illegal alien from Venezuela. And a suspected Tren de Aragua gang member. We read this whole thing already, the spiel. And the lady, I don't know her story either. I don't know if she's just a kind of like a victim caught up in this shit, that she was forced to prostitute or whatever. Or what? Since illegally entering, Contreras played an active role in the gang prostitution ring and was involved in a prior shooting. All right. And I guess they don't believe it. Crazy. Yeah, this is the picture right here. Picture of the two people here. She got a teardrop too, and like a murder teardrop in her eye right there. But it's a couple. The other thing too with Minnesota, her wife was a participant in the Minnesota Ice Watch movement. A few days before the incident, MN Ice Watch held a virtual seminar on how to disrupt ICE operations. Since Becca can be heard on video taking responsibility for what happened after the shooting, it's safe to assume she directed Renee to impede on traffic. That was the interesting thing too, yeah. The wife was saying that it's her fault and all this stuff. I was wondering if she had directed her to go. Let's check this average anti-ICE activist and see how they're doing.
I'm not okay. I am not okay. I am not okay. Okay, let me just have this hot second, okay? I just got done pleading with Border Patrol agents who were at my son's school, okay? School. There was like 10 cars packed with Border Patrol folks. The whole neighborhood is out there, and I'm standing face to face with this dude, and I'm asking him,
oh, the classic septum.
Why are you doing this? I'm not here to make you a bad guy. I want to know why you are doing this. Why are you choosing to do this? And he looks at me and he says, because that dude tried to hit our car. Okay, so you terrorize a school because I can't even make up a fake reason. And I just kept asking him, you know this is a school, right? You know this is children. That really solidified for me, like, we are fucked.
Oh, she's wearing that thing around her neck too. Is that a regular scarf, or that's the what do they call it, kafa or something?
They just shot
on some Hamas shit. Yeah, that's why you guys had these people, these kids, and operations behind schools and kids and shit. You're meeting up by the schools and stuff, thinking nothing's gonna happen to you outside of the school. NYP report on Renee Good's ICE Watch activism causes Thunderdome panel meltdown. I want to see this. Thunderdome. It's a little smaller.
Up until this point, the administration hasn't provided any proof at all that there is some kind of grand conspiracy to explain the pushback that we are seeing across the country to ICE's actions. Why is it that they have to resort to conspiracies rather than just addressing the fact that this stuff is controversial? It is divisive by nature.
Well, the New York Post is reporting tonight that she was part of a local organization and she was labeled as an ICE warrior. Her role was to go out and impede ICE to do videos and stalk these guys. I mean, can we not just admit right here, right?
That's the whole thing too. Like the whole situation that happened, part of it or a lot of it was on camera, and the wife was there recording. And, you know, some people were like, well, why wasn't the wife in the car with her? Some people had speculated that they wanted to get all this on video, you know, I don't know if they're recording for training sessions to show other people, or they wanted to flex. Look, we're over here intercepting ICE.
Right now, can we all agree? But for her actions, we would not be having this discussion tonight.
No,
that is absolutely true.
No,
think about this. Yes,
we cannot all agree.
Oh,
that.
yeah,
This is bananas.
Absolutely.
What is happening again is once again, one side is painting the other side as if we are terrorists, as if we are radicals. We've got the vice president calling her deranged, a deranged leftist.
What was she doing there, Lee? What was she doing?
Do you honestly want to know?
She was dropping off her kid at school. That's the story that they're all saying, or that she had dropped her kid off at school.
You tell me.
Okay, she was there in her car after dropping her child off at school. She was shot at 9.
Blocking 2 lanes of traffic, right?
She was not blocking 2 lanes of traffic because we both watched her wave 2 people around her car. They drove around her car, so she was not blocking 2 lanes of traffic. Then when they told her to move, she backed up and she drove. I've said this a million times. That's not the point.
What was she doing there?
The point, it doesn't matter what she was doing there.
Absolutely
No, okay, so I'm walking down the street.
Impeding legal
She was not impeding anyone.
Oh my God! Hold up! Pause! There's somebody on top of a fast food. What the heck? Look at this! Oh shit!
Within the TikTok app, it doesn't zoom all the way. So this is my max.
Oh hell no! Hold on, guys. Can we zoom this in?
Yeah, my boy's tripping.
Whoa. Wait, that's
and there's cops. I mean, there's cops behind that tree. And every time they try to get closer, my boy just goes in a fighting position.
Is this a protester? Oh shit, okay. Felony Friday.
At least he's being patriotic with a U.S. flag.
Yeah.
This is a normal day in Katy.
Katarina, thank you.
Hey, thanks, Snapshot, for the gifts. Thank you, guys. Thanks for the hearts. Thanks for the roses. Hey, believe it or not, this is the first time that my life goes crazy like this. Every time I go live, I get like 1 or 2 people, maybe 3. So thank you, everybody, for the roses and the hearts. I don't even know what that means, but I appreciate it, guys. I'm not a content creator or anything like that. I'm just regular Joan Doe with a Papa Bear name. Yes, this is in Houston, Texas. I-10 West and Greenhouse.
Houston, Texas.
Chick-fil-A.
Chick-fil-A.
Thanks for the roses. But I don't get it. Why all the cops are here? Oh, look at my sister. Oh, hold on. I got my sister right next to me.
Oh my God. Bro.
Oh, that's a good picture, sis.
Yep.
That's a good picture. What do you hey guys, what do you think about this picture? My sister took these pictures of him. Oh yay.
Oh no.
All right, let's go. So the drive-through is closed. So he was up there. He was on that ledge first when I got here. Then they tried to use a ladder to corner him. But then he was super quick and he used the ladder, the fire truck ladder, to get up there and then all the way up. And then the cops were like, "Fuck, I think we screwed up."
So you climbed higher because of the cops?
Ay, no se va
Sí, que esto está bueno, ¿para qué vas a girar?
Okay.
Ya me voy, ya lo voy a pedir.
Sí, está súper cerquita.
Sí. ¿Está abierta la camioneta?
No.
Que está muy baja.
Ahorita la saco. Ahorita que te vayas, te la abro.
Just trying to send a message. I think it's on the roof.
This in Houston, Texas, guys. Houston, Texas, I-10 West and Greenhouse. I-10 and Greenhouse. There's a bunch of cars. This is the Chick-fil-A employees. Of course, all the drive-through is closed. More cops that way. There. Just my boy's not coming down.
Man, how do we get into
Thanks for the roses.
Yo,
that guy at the truck, he was like, "Get the fuck down." Hey, King, this is in Houston, Texas. Houston, Texas, I-10 and Greenhouse. My boy, he does a backflip. He'll end it up on the ground. He's yelling all kinds of swords, all kinds of shit. Like, he's just high as a kite.
What is high?
He's just high as a kite. Ok. Ahorita que te vayas, la abro. Pues, alcanza mi control de aquí.
Ya te quitó los zapatos.
He took his shoes off.
Oh.
This is in Houston, Texas. Houston, Texas, I-10 and Greenhouse.
Quiero ver cómo te llamas.
¿Quién?
Lo voy a pasar todos mis
Güey, tengo 220,000.
Es una locura, güey. Ahorita lo voy a pasar. Papá. Papa Bear.
Papa Bear.
Voy a bajarte otra vez. Ya se quitó.
Oh, he took his shoes off. He's about to whip somebody's ass with his shoes. Thank you for the roses.
Oh, he's gonna throw a shoe?
Hey guys, thank you for the roses. Thanks for everything. ¿Ah? Sí, ya ordenó un Uber.
Está llegando. Voy a tener que ir en Uber, no se va a quedar aquí.
Tengo el TikTok Live. Lo tengo live. Tengo 400,000 personas mirándolo. ¡Ay!
¿Ya abriste la camioneta?
Huh? I hope so. I will.
Man. Friday, baby.
Ven, mami. Hold on, guys.
Let me post this.
Hey, thanks for all for the roses, guys.
Houston, Texas.
Thanks for the
Chick-fil-A.
hats. Oh, sorry, guys. You know, turn around because my sister was leaving and I had to open my truck. Yeah, sorry. Hey guys, again, this is the first time that I get so many people watching my TikTok. Again, I'm not a content creator. I'm just regular John Doe. Every time I go live, probably 5 people on my live. So this is the first time I get a lot of followers and not a lot of people viewing my stuff. So this is awesome. Guys, we're in Houston, Texas, I-10 and Greenhouse.
Just send this picture to my mother.
But I don't know what the plan is. I don't know when the cops are gonna do something about him. I don't know. I've been here for over an hour, and this is the same scenario.
My mother's always asking me, like, "Oh, tell me what's going on in the news."
He has it. I mean, not all the cops are just not doing anything. So I don't know what the plan is. I don't know what the plan is. See, there's
I'm gonna start it over with a new.
Hold on, guys. There's cops. There's cops behind that tree. So every time the cops trying to get close, he flips his shit. Okay, I'm gonna say it again, guys. So how did he get up there? So you see that little ledge right there? So he was there. Somehow he was able to get there, and he was ripping out the lights, the wall lights, and then the fire department used a ladder to corner him on that little ledge. Then he was super quick. He got on top of the ladder, and he ended up on top of the roof and all the way to the top.
Wow.
So the guys were like, fucked. We're fucked. Now put him in a worse, put them on a worse situation. Yeah, Chick-fil-A is close. You see all the employees.
All right, we're good. We started Facebook. Crazy. So I guess he's saying this guy just climbed up the side of the ledge from here on some parkour, I don't know what they call it, and edged himself all the way up, and now he's just up there, pacing back and forth, no shirt, took off his shoes. This is in they're saying Houston, Texas. Katie.
Oh, motherfucker. Hold on, guys. It's them truck.
Damn. End of times. So what do? So it looks like the fire department there. I don't think there's much they can do. They have to get some type of negotiator. He seems agitated, pissed. Might be on something. Probably an upper. Maybe. He putting something on himself?
Noise, guys. They just some trucks are
he threw something
coming by and
struck something.
They're just super fucking loud.
Tripping, man. Tripping.
Maybe 5 people will go there. You're like fucking famous now.
I don't know. Yeah, I wonder if Grizzlies will head out there. Oh yeah, she posted a picture about it.
Hi friends. Hit the thumbs up and subscribe. Let's get Mel to 300k subs. Purple heart emoji.
Oh yeah, we're almost
Purple
at
heart
300K.
emoji. Purple heart emoji.
He has no audio right now. I wonder if this is going to be one of those things where they just wait. Katy is just west of Houston. Okay. Oh, shoot. What are they doing? Oh. What happened? Hopefully he comes back. I wonder if it was TikTok that nabbed him. TikTok. Let me see if I find somebody else. There's got to be other people out there. Mm-hmm. Let's see. Might have nabbed him.
بتاع المطار اول ما نزل امهم عليه الراجل.
Damn, hope he comes back. Or if Grizzly heads out there. Let's see, Texas.
Thank you, Mel, for all your hard work. Heart
Thank
suit
you.
emoji. Smiling face with hearts emoji.
Mm-mm. Max Katarina, maybe she can look.
Ty for keeping us up to date, Mel.
I think they got his ass because TikTok is so weird. One of the worst places to stream anything going live. Is this? Let me see. No. They nabbed the only guy there. Shit. All right, Katarina's searching too. Let's see if we get lucky. Oh yeah, try the news, Chick-fil-A. Please come back. Okay, I found this one guy posted some pictures out there from the scene. He lives out there, but he's not live. Oh, he did post a Citizens though. Let's see. Damn, there's nobody live on Citizen. All right, let's see if this guy came back. They took him out. That's crazy, dude. Yeah, I'm looking on Facebook. Yeah, I'll check Facebook. No, nothing. That's a damn shame. I want to see what's going to happen with that guy. Some people are saying ABC 13 News. Okay, let's try that. Try. ABC. Oh, let me use regular.
Football National Championship after beating Ole Miss in the semifinals.
Not there. Everybody's having a press conference about this Minnesota thing. Yeah, ABC 13, I don't see anything on there. I looked at their website and YouTube page. Let me look at, let me try this. Mm-hmm. Nope. Imagine finding like a traffic cam. Nothing on Citizen. Damn, that might be it. That really might be it. We might never find out what happened to that dude. Let's try again. I guess it's whatever over there. So that might be it then. No. Okay, well, let me see what you guys are saying in the chat. If anything, we'll just go back to the original topic. But thank you for the 36 months, Heather. Appreciate it. Gracias, gracias. Pam Zam, thank you for the 36 months as well. Thank you, Mel, for your hard work. Appreciate that. And thank you for the 5 months. Thank you for keeping us up to date, Mel. They nabbed this guy. Papa, what happened to you, man? Papa Bear. Damn, TikTok. Can I message this guy? Let me message him. Let me try one other. Thing. Guess that's it, pimp. Let me see if anybody said anything else. Yeah, I guess we'll go back to the original topic then. All right. If we do get an update, I'll switch it back. But don't know. I think they nabbed his TikTok, maybe suspended him. Should have probably appealed it.
Right down the street.
All right. So let's do this. There's about to be a press conference, I guess, in Minnesota. Everybody and their mama's doing a press conference on what happened. So I guess I'll start getting the title. I'll start switching the title and thumbnail back. Venezuela! I'm sorry. Thank you for all the people that joined. I'll update the title if we get more video, the guy comes back or something shows up. I'm not ending the stream, just changing the title back. Back. Happened. I want to see the protests again, though.
Hay una persona desvivida y lo están echando en bolsas. Yo creo que el tren lo hizo pedazos. Mira.
The guy hit by a train, killed. Reuters.
When we were in Beirut, the casualty rate was about 80%. So 80% of the people on shore.
Yo, what up, G? What up, Cookie?
Were first
PNG. What up, Atheist Human? We got Impact, Florida. Hello. What up, Forest Water. Sharif, how you doing, guys? You like share the stream,
Same view. Let's switch this up. Okay, so we're waiting on a press conference. There is some protest going on in Minneapolis outside of the federal building facility. I will update the title too. Choo-choo. Quit your job.
Quit your job. Quit your job. Quit your job. Quit your job. Quit your job. Quit your job. Quit your job. Quit your job. Quit your job. Deport the worst of the worst.
There's still videos we gotta watch. Oh. Apparently another person. This is a common theme, I guess. People using their vehicles to block ICE. Common theme apparently.
Stay in your car, stay back. I live here. Okay, don't block the streets. I know.
Yeah. Fire station. Okay, thank you. Protest. We can still go down the videos I have. Trump canceled strikes in Venezuela. They had strikes planned?
Earlier this week. As a result, all classes and activities canceled for Thursday and Friday. In fact, Minneapolis Public Schools now offering students the option of e-learning from home. According to a post on social media, Marcia Howard, president of the Minneapolis Federation of Educators, says that students will have that option to use remote learning until February 12th. It's a decision MPS says was made out of an abundance of caution. And this morning, the state's largest teachers union is demanding that ICE stay away from all schools starting immediately. Teachers say they have seen federal agents positioned across the streets from schools, even following buses as they drop off kids after school. They say some families are afraid to leave their home because students no longer feel safe in the classroom. At Valley View Elementary School in Bloomington, one teacher says 142 students didn't go to school yesterday alone, and public schools in Fridley and Columbia Heights are also canceling class today because of the ongoing safety concerns with ICE activity in their community.
A mother was murdered. An elementary school was forced to lock down. Grown men used pepper spray on terrified high school students on school property. And that was just on Wednesday.
This is not a partisan issue. It's a moral one. We demand that ICE operations be kept away from schools so students, educators, and staff can learn and work in safety and peace.
Meanwhile, we are learning some new details about that incident involving ICE agents here at Roosevelt High School just hours after that woman was fatally shot by ICE agents. According to the teachers union, agents deployed chemical irritants and detained a school staff member who was assisting with a safe dismissal process. The staff member later released, but federal officials, they are giving a different account of exactly what happened. They say in a statement that DHS agents were trying to arrest someone who fled into that school zone. They say that a school staff member then assaulted an agent, and then a crowd formed. Objects were thrown, including paint at officers and their vehicles. Tom, it is a scene that some say should have never happened with students present, and the union says that e-learning may become an option for more schools and more districts as these ICE operations continue across the Twin Cities. Tom, back to you.
Our Bill Keller reporting from Roosevelt High School. Bill, thanks so much.
Shame on you! Shame on you! Shame on you! Shame on you!
Protests against the deadly shooting continued all day yesterday. Tensions were high outside of the Whipple Federal Building near MSP International and over by, of course, the area. Protesters periodically clash with ICE agents there. Homeland Security Assistant Secretary Tricia McLaughlin says 600 people swarmed the building, leading to some 11 arrests. She says they were arrested on assault and obstruction charges. With protests ramping up and more expected into the weekend, Governor Tim Walz has authorized the Minnesota National Guard to support local law enforcement. They will be tasked, he says, with maintaining public safety and protecting critical infrastructure should they need to.
We see these types of things happen, and we saw it after the murder of George Floyd. There's folks that want to cause chaos. There's the disruptors in it. And while the vast majority of those protests were peaceful expressions of their First Amendment rights, there were those that destroyed property and put people at risk. The National Guard is there to make sure that peaceful protests are able to be done, and that those that want to do the destruction are stopped from doing that.
At this point, the Minnesota National Guard has not been activated. Meanwhile, we have learned the name of the ICE agent at the center of the deadly shooting on Wednesday. Fox 9 confirming the officer to be Jonathan Ross. He is the same agent who was involved in another incident just months ago. Talk about the summertime. He was dragged some 50 yards by a suspect vehicle in Bloomington. This was in June of 2025 while attempting to make an arrest. Yesterday, Vice President J.D. Vance commented on the officer, claiming he is protected by absolute immunity.
The guy's protected by absolute immunity. He was doing his job. The idea that Tim Walz and a bunch of radicals in Minneapolis are going to go after and make this guy's life miserable because he was doing the job that he was asked to do is preposterous.
Legal experts have pushed back on the vice president's claim, saying the potential prosecution for the agent is more complicated. At the same time, support continues to pour in for Renee Good online. Here's a look at the verified GoFundMe page set up by her family, and as you can see, it is over $1.4 million. The deadly ICE shooting was also top of mind at the first big sporting event in Minneapolis since Renee Good's death on Wednesday.
We are saddened by the tragedy that occurred yesterday in our Minneapolis community in the loss of Renee Nicole Good. Our thoughts are with her family and everyone affected, and our hearts are with our community as we hope for healing and unity during this challenging time. Please join us.
The Timberwolves acknowledging the shooting ahead of their game at Target Center last night. That announcement was followed by a moment of silence. A little later in this newscast, we'll have highlights of the game. Committee.
All right, so what you were watching right there was some of the coverage from our Fox 9 Minneapolis team. We're, of course, going to continue to check in with them to get all of the latest details. Right now, I do want to pop this up on your screen. This is a live look near the scene of that shooting. As you can see, a makeshift memorial continues to grow. There are flowers, different mementos, and signs that have been left behind, as well as pictures of the woman who was fatally shot there on Wednesday. I do want to continue to cover all of the latest here, so let's bring in Oliviana Calmes. She is joining us here to discuss much more about the latest information as that information does develop. Oliviana, what latest?
The prosecutors in Minnesota are supposed to be doing a press conference. That's what we're waiting on.
Since the shooting, I'm outside the Whipple building. It's a federal building, and there are Border Patrol agents. You can hear some people yelling behind me. This happened yesterday morning as well, but today the difference is that the Border Patrols have put up barricades next to where the federal building is, and I'm going to step out of the way so you can see how big the crowd is as well. It started with about 5 people, and you can see it's grown to over 20, more like 30, 40 people here as well, along with the media too. But the city overall has been on edge. Last night I was at the memorial where people were very emotional about Renee Good, who was killed.
Of Renee Nicole Good. I am so sorry for your loss. I hope that the memories you cherish offer some small comfort to you in the days that follow. Earlier this week, our community witnessed a horrific event on our streets. Some saw it in person, and many more have seen it circulating online. Whatever your opinion is about what happened, this was a traumatic event. Since this happened, I have been on the phone and in meetings with law enforcement, justice leaders, elected officials, discussing ways to ensure a thorough and transparent investigation, how that can occur and be shared with our office. On Wednesday, our immediate focus was ensuring that an agreement could be reached for a joint investigation with the BCA and the FBI. To be clear, and I want to be very clear about this is not because we have concerns about the FBI investigation. Our efforts in advocating for a joint investigation is not an attack on the FBI. We have had a strong working relationship with the local FBI field office throughout my administration. Based on a previous previous experience with FBI processes, we are concerned that the evidence obtained in an investigation that has only been conducted at the federal level will not be shared with our office for review. In the past, the FBI has invited us to see a high-level overview of their investigation, but we were prohibited from seeing the entire investigation or talking about what we saw in that PowerPoint publicly. While I respect the FBI's process, our community's expectations are much different in terms of transparency. This community expects to understand what the evidence is and the justification for any decision that might be made. To that end, I cannot overstate the importance of a local investigation, or at least access to the federal investigation by the BCA. Without it, we will not have the ability to be transparent with our community about the results of the expectation or, as I said, any decision that might come of the review. And let me be clear, we have no preconceived opinion on what the evidence will show. Making a charging or decline decision in an officer-involved case requires us to evaluate the evidence in the context of complicated legal issues. For that reason, we cannot reach a conclusion about any outcome here. Our goal must be to ensure that a thorough investigation is completed at the local level so that our community can have transparency. We do not yet know if there will be sufficient evidence without the FBI case file to even make a charging decision. The FBI currently has, for example, Ms. Good's car, the shell casing, and witness interviews. The FBI has taken the car, and so any forensic analysis that comes from that would not be available to us unless they were sharing that. To be clear, when a state investigation happens by the BCA or any local agency, they submit the case to our office for evaluation of potential charges. The BCA does not make recommendations about what we should be doing. They simply submit the entire case file to us, and our legal professionals take a look at it and decide what the appropriate action is. That is the normal process that we've had here since about 2020. Law enforcement investigates, our office reviews to determine if there is enough evidence to even make a decision. And if there is evidence to review, we have jurisdiction to make that decision. So let me be clear here. We do have jurisdiction to make this decision that happened in this case where her life was taken in Hennepin County. It does not matter that it was a federal law enforcement agent. To be sure, there are complex legal issues involved when a federal law enforcement officer is involved. But the law is clear. We do have jurisdiction to make this decision. We cannot make any decision, however, if there is not evidence submitted to our office. So we are moving forward in collaboration with the Attorney General's office and the BCA to preserve any evidence and ensure that it can be reviewed. To that end, we are asking those in our community who have information or who have video or photos of the event to submit that information to our office. We are providing a secure link where people can submit this evidence. The link can be accessed using the QR code, which is displayed on the screen beside me. The link will also be posted on our website, hennepinattorney.org. Along with the evidence itself, we are asking people to provide contact information so investigators can follow up. Because it is important to collect and preserve evidence properly, we ask people to provide accurate and complete information on the form on our website. I know our community wants fast answers. I know this city feels again as if it is at the center of a national fight as you are processing everything that is happening here. And I wish I could promise a swift decision and the resolution that you want, but I cannot promise you that right now. Here is what I can promise you. Our offices will work together and have been working together on this and will continue to do so. We will continue to work around the clock to preserve, gather, and review as much evidence as we possibly can. We will be transparent with you to the degree that we can. We know that there will continue to be many questions. This is an active investigation, and I do not want to jeopardize any future decisions or processes, so there are likely to be many questions that we cannot answer right now. We know what our job is. It's not to play politics, but to ensure a thorough investigation, seek justice, and to be fair to all involved. And we are committed to doing that. Here's our Attorney General, Keith Holtz.
Thank you, County Attorney Moriarty. Thank you for gathering us today. I just want to be perfectly clear. The precious life of Renee Nicole Good was important. She's a mother of 3, including a 6-year-old child whose father passed away a few years ago. She died trying to be a legal assistant to legal observer to look out for the interests of the most vulnerable members of our community. And she leaves behind a lot of people who love and admire her. There's a lot of people who have a very big interest in this case, including the officers involved. They have an important interest. The fact is we have an interest as state prosecutors, which is what we both are, in fairness and transparency, and to the degree that is possible to set forth a process which, when it's over, fair-minded people can say, well, as good and just of a job that could be done was done. I think I agree with County Attorney Moriarty. There is no conclusion that anyone can reach in good faith at this time, because there's too much evidence still to be evaluated. Now, what we're doing here is asking the public who may have video. There may be people who were on the scene, who saw what happened, who have some type of evidence that they feel bears on what the truth is in this case, and they can use that QR code as this evidence submission portal. The evidence will go to the Minnesota BCA, who will gather it. And we wanted to make sure that as the moments go by, every moment in these cases is precious, and it is important that people know where they can go to share the evidence that they have in their possession. And so that's the idea here. So I know if you are someone who has direct information and you have information that you feel should be shared, please use this portal and share that information. Don't judge for yourself whether it's very important or not very important. Let the people who are evaluating and gathering the evidence make that decision. But if you have information bearing on the outcome of this matter in any way, please share it. And I will say, many of you in the press may ask the question, is this a state investigation? Well, gathering evidence is certainly a component of an investigation. We are going to do the best that we can do for the public, knowing that the current posture of the federal, and this is not a critique of them, it's just a statement of fact, the current posture is that the investigation is one that the feds want to do without state involvement. And so we still know that there's evidence out there, and we want to make sure it gets gathered and collected, and we'll deal with those other matters of joint versus exclusive later. But as for now, we want to make sure the evidence that may be out there in the public lands where it should. And so with that, I guess, any other comments to be made?
No, questions?
Yeah.
Please, one at a time.
You said the BCA is saving evidence with you, so what is the BCA's role here, and what do you make of their claim that they can't do an investigation anymore?
Well, so the question has to do with what is the BCA's role here. The BCA had already, as you know, there was an agreement to do a joint investigation with the FBI. So that had started. So that much the BCA has done. They are currently typing up those reports. They will certainly share those with us. Their role in this will be to collect and catalog all the information that we get here. I want to emphasize, this isn't about one department or anything. As the Attorney General said, this is about all of us at a state level working together on behalf of Minnesotans who expect all of us to be able to work together to come up with transparency in whatever a decision might be.
Ms. Moriarty,
yes.
2 questions actually.
Sure.
Just to clarify, so the BCA, because of the initial agreement with the FBI.
Oh shit! This dude's still on the roof.
The totality of whatever forensic crime scene evidence that was gathered, is that already in the custody of the state?
So the question was about, because of the original joint agreement, does the BCA have access to forensic evidence? So the process here, the way the process unfolded is that the federal government came and was processing the scene. So the agreement had to be worked out with the BCA.
I'll still have the audio here.
The BCA does not have access to the car. And the problem isn't that the FBI took the car, it's that the BCA doesn't have access to the car or right now even access to the forensic evaluation that happens as a result of the investigation with that car. So that's the concern here. That is what Drew Evans was saying, that in a normal investigation, the BCA would take the car, do their own forensic analysis, fingerprints, DNA, that kind of stuff, all of that kind of stuff. But they have not done that in this case, which would have been fine and would still be fine if the BCA could have access to the results.
But so the fruits of the labor currently BCA does not have.
That's correct.
So I guess the part 2 of my question, and I'm sorry, is and I know how I can only imagine how extraordinarily frustrating this is for your office and your prosecutors. You're doing this to get whatever kind of video evidence or whatever people can add to the investigation, but if you don't end up getting the forensic evidence from the FBI or from whoever, what can you do as a prosecutor?
I think it's premature to make that decision. We don't know what we're going to get. I'll note that there was a video posted last night that most of us hadn't seen before. That the caption on social media was that neighbors had released it. And so we think that there may be other evidence out there, video, that kind of thing. We don't know. And so as the Attorney General and I know, it is critical to preserve evidence because it could be recorded over. Something could happen to it. And so this is an attempt to make sure that we preserve the evidence that's out there. And so we're going to continue to do that. We're going to continue to look at what's there. But it's really too early right now to say what we can and cannot do. Matt.
Who at the Justice Department made this decision not to include the BCA in this investigation? Do you know?
I honestly think you should ask them.
Did you get any reasoning for why the FBI was taking over the investigation? Was there any reasoning behind that?
Maybe Mary knows more than I do. I was just informed that was the situation.
Because of the Trump administration?
No, so I was also informed that, the BCA, that as far as I knew, it was going to be a joint investigation based on the conversations we had with the federal government as well as the FBI, and then that changed. The only way I can't speak to why.
Can you address how unprecedented this is? Are you going to be sharing information that you're gathering with the FBI? And federal authorities could not have been more clear yesterday that you folks had no jurisdiction. And Commissioner Bob Jacobson was asked this question yesterday, and he said that they couldn't do an investigation because they didn't have any of the evidence. Is Bob Jacobson and the BCA really on board with this? I don't see them in this room.
That is not exactly what Commissioner Jacobson said. So I think it's important.
That's pretty much what he said.
Well, please listen to what I'm about to say.
That's what he said.
I think it's important for everybody to understand that unit in the BCA was created, I think, after 2020, with the expectation that they would do the top-notch, investigate absolutely everything. Okay? What he was saying was that and this is what Superintendent Evans also said, they can't do the type of investigation that they would like to do, that they do in every case, if they don't have access to that physical evidence. That is what he's saying. And I want to remind people, though, We never have ideal investigations, pretty much. Not because of the fault of officers, but we get cases submitted to us where we would like to have other types of evidence. So what he's saying is that they will not have access to some of that physical evidence. That would preclude them from doing the thorough investigation that they would like to do.
I didn't hear that right, but
Yeah.
you thought Jacobson part of
Does
this.
this go straight to the BCA, or is this something that a catch-all for you guys that you will then turn over to the BCA?
Yes.
And if you'll allow me to follow up.
Yeah. So the question is, does this go, the QR code go right to the BCA? It does not. It comes to our.
Okay. So that was the press conference. If they want cooperation, the FBI, I don't believe they have to cooperate with them, but they want cooperation. They want them to hand over evidence and stuff like that.
And he used the ladder to his advantage to climb up all the way up on the top roof.
Not again. I don't know if we should start a new stream or
that's
what.
where he's at now.
Hey, what's up later?
You see the SWAT truck over there? Hey.
Thank you, Layla. I don't know how you found that, but thank you. Oh, there's live now on Citizen. Yeah, we might have to start a whole new live stream, Pippin. I thought these two lives too. Oh shit, we might have to start a new live. Hey, what we doing, man? What we doing?
Overdose. Ladder 7. 1113 Holden Street. Alpha Alpha 10.
Fall injury. West Houston Internal Medicine. 21238. Kingsland Boulevard. Fall injury. West Houston Internal Medicine. 21238. Kingsland Boulevard. Time out 11:32.
Ah, damn. Get out of the way!
Man, bro.
780. 55. Engine show me OD 2.5 hours calm for 8529.
6000 Street.
America, baby.
Alpha Alpha 10.
Let me do these.
Breathing problem. Ladder 55. Ambulance 52. Medic 18. 12000 Martin Luther King Boulevard. Number 2105. Alpha Alpha 10.
Melody Friday.
Here comes another one back here.
I'm gonna let 1113 Holden Street. Alpha Alpha 10.
Yeah, let's go to 11, I guess.
I think we're going on about an hour and 30 minutes now. We are at the Chick-fil-A at Katy Freeway and Greenhouse. Houston, Katy, whichever one.